Ladies and gentlemen, can you help me make some noise for Damola?
Gentlemen. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Asiri. Damola is my name. I'm so happy to be here tonight. There are so many affluent people in the house, and I'm so happy about that. You know, there are certain things that appeal to the rich in the society. The food they eat, the clothes they wear, the perfumes they wear, the designers they wear, even the games they play. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some games that are designed for the rich and the rich alone. E.g., golf. You can never see a poor man playing golf. What does he know they are using that stick for? Maybe to kill rat. When you want to play golf, you have a uniform to that effect. You wear a nice polo shirt. You talking. You carry your kit. When you are playing golf, what does golf do for you? It helps you build character. You cover kilometers. It helps you in strategic thinking. When you are playing golf, you don't shout. How are you? Okay. I'm fine. Okay. How much is the contract? Okay. 100 billion. Okay. I will do the transfer right away. Okay. They don't make noise. Another rich man's game is polo. You have not bought fowl. You want to buy a whole horse. Another rich man's game is chess. When you play chess, it helps you in strategy. They are intentional about everything. Can be in front of a chessboard for 2 hours. All you are doing is thinking. But you see the other way around. You don't need uniform. All you need is, you don't even need to wear shirt. You just need a bench under a tree and about 50 people around you. I'm talking of draft. Have you seen the way they play draft? They will now start involving their mothers. No. Yeah. What concerns your mother with the issue on ground? Another game that both the rich and poor play, but how they play it differ, is Ludo. Have you seen the way rich men play Ludo? When they are playing with their wives or their friends. They roll dice twice. Cray. And they will wait. Cray. Twice. By the time they pour the dice, you will see 6-5 or 6-6. Have you seen the way a poor man rolls dice? He rolls it as if there is a problem. He rolls it as if Nigeria is coming to an end. Ikre. Movesare surprise. Yeah. Ikre. By the time he pour it, you will see 1-1. You know, some people are here with their wives. Gone are the days that a man will look at his wife and call her a name like Mommy Blessing. Yatosin Baba Femi. Nowadays, we call our spouses lovely names. A full-grown matured man, 40, with 2 boys. Nowadays, the wife will look at him from head to toe and call him what now? Baby. Or you hear boo. Or baby boo. Or baby boo boo. So I started thinking that if a man calls his wife baby and the wife calls her husband baby, so when they have a baby, what do they call that one? Offspring. Or descendant. Or fruit of the womb. That is how my father overheard me calling my wife baby one day. Because my wife calls me baby, I call my wife baby. That is how one day he said, I will try the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, he got home one day, he looked at my mother, that is above 60, and he said, baby. My mother said, Talo Bima, who gave birth around? Where are they doing ceremony, naming ceremony around here now? Where did you see baby around here? And you know, the type of job your wife does will determine a lot of things. Ladies and gentlemen, if your wife is a pastor, get ready for videos. The ones you planned for and the ones you did not plan for. She can tap your leg around 2:30 a.m. 2:30 a.m. You just hear, baby, amen, amen. If they born you well, just say blessings and glory if you like yourself. If your wife is a teacher, depending on the type of school, your sitting room will likely look like a staff room. Because one child will likely be under punishment at one time or the other. If your wife is a lawyer, don't argue with her, you can never win. If your wife is an auditor, it's a good thing. They keep records of everything. My wife used to practice audit. She walked up to me one day. She said, baby. I said, yes. I left 17 toothpick in the toothpick case. I can see 16 and a half. What did you eat? I said, it's factory error. If your wife is a fashion designer, God has blessed you. It's a very beautiful one. If she now makes unisex outfit, you will have access to free clothes that you will still pay for. My wife walked up to me. I want to leave audit. I said, why? She said, I want to follow my passion. I said, what's your passion? She said, fashion. I said, fashion. She said, yes. I said, why? She said she wants to follow her dreams. As a good man that I am, I decided to support her dreams. As I speak with you, I have a new side hustle. Because my wife is a fashion designer, I perform 3 functions. Number 1, I am a husband. Number 2, I'm a delivery man. She can just look at me, baby, we are going to deliver clothes. Where? Very far away. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, I am a mannequin. She can just look at me and say, baby. I say, yes, you look like size 10. Come and test this clothes. If it is male clothes, it's still good. I'm talking of female clothes. There is nothing I have not worn. I've worn peplum top, I've worn palazzo, I've worn jumpsuit, I've worn boo-boo. There's even one that they will tie my stomach with rope from the back. They call that one corset. You cannot breathe with that kind of clothes. Never. That's how one day, as usual, she walked up to me. Baby, I said, yes. Come and help me test this skirt. I was already used to it. Free-flowing skirt. I wore the skirt. I did not wear shirt that day. I had totally forgotten I was wearing a skirt because it was a free skirt. That's how I started walking up and down in our compound. I just discovered people were praying for me and greeting me unnecessarily. It is well with you, sir. I said, amen. They said they will not get you. I said, amen. One small boy looked at me and said, Uncle Auntie, Another man looked at me and said, Egbon, what he get in It was the side mirror of a car that I saw. One man was about to say, they have gotten hold of you. The only logical explanation I could give was that we are traveling to Scotland. The clothes we are going to wear there, I am rehearsing it. I love Nigeria so much. I've had the opportunity of traveling to different parts of the world to do events, and I went to a part of Europe at the time. So I walked up, after my event, I walked into a particular store. Inside that store, the only thing they were selling there were perfumes. I saw a perfume that I liked. I picked it up. Lovely, masculine and matured. When I asked of the price, the Naira equivalent was about 750K as at that time. I looked at the perfume. I admired the perfume. I acknowledged the presence of the perfume. I greeted the owner of the shop. And I left. I did not buy the perfume. Not because I did not want to buy it, but because the cost of the perfume was half the cost of the entire trip as at that time. And I felt that was too disrespectful of that small bottle. So I did not buy it in protest. When I got back to Lagos, as I was driving in traffic, ladies and gentlemen, the same bottle I saw in France, I saw it in traffic. I gave my friend a lift that day. I said, my guy, this bottle looks familiar. I said, from where? I said, France. He said, how much is it? I said, 750K. The guy said, it cannot be that expensive here. Let us ask. I said, don't ask. He said, let us ask. So we didn't. The guy that was selling said, yes, how far? I said, a day. How much? The guy said, my guy, now 2.5. But because of you, I go give you 1.2. I told my friend, don't buy these things. He said, give me 2 bottles. The unique thing about the perfume is that to the sprayer, to him that sprayed the perfume, to the sprayer, he is smelling nice. But to the sprayee, that is those of us that the matter did not concern, there is a thin line between insecticide and air freshener. 5 hours into the use of the perfume, he was smelling for ventilated spirit. People were telling him to get well soon. He did not know why. As I speak with you, he's about to go back to his hometown.